Hello, friends. Today we will learn nouns as countable and uncountable and also the quantifiers. Let's start. Countable nouns, in Turkish sayılabilen isimler. Countable nouns are objects or words that can be counted as individual units. Individual units is tek başlarına bir bölüm olabilecek, bu şekilde sayılabilecek şeyler. They have both singular and plural forms. Singular is like an apple, a book, a desk. However, the plural forms, desks, apples, books. Let's give an example. Book or one book, two books, apple, one apple, two apples, or car, one car, two cars. So these are countable nouns. We can say one, two, three, or four, or more maybe. And uncountable nouns in Turkish sayılamayan isimler. Uncountable nouns are substances, words, or qualities that cannot be counted as separate units. Separate units means ayrı şekilde birer nesne olmayan, bir şekilde isimlendirilemeyen. They typically represent mass or abstract concepts. Daha çok soyut ya da çok büyük miktarda şeyleri anlatırken kullanılır. They do not have a plural form and are treated as singular. Bunların çoğulları yoktur ve tekilmiş gibi davranılır. Examples, water, water is uncountable, we cannot say waters. Or information, information is uncountable, and advice is also uncountable, and we cannot say informations or advices. These are uncountable nouns. In Turkish, sayılamayan isimler. And the first quantifier is some. So we say this, we call this word in Turkish biraz or birkaç. We use this both countable and uncountable nouns to indicate an unspecified or indefinite quantity. Let's look at some examples. We can use some with countable noun, like you have some apples. You have some apples. So we can make apple like apples because we can say one apple, two apples, or three apples. Let's give an example with uncountable noun. Would you like some water? Would you like some water? You know, water is uncountable in Turkish sayılamayan. That's why we cannot say waters and we can use it with some. In the first sentence, you have some apples. Birkaç elman var. Birkaç elmaya sahipsin. But in the second sentence, would you like some water? Biraz su ister misin? We cannot say birkaç su ister misin? This is the difference. And the second one is any, in Turkish hiç, used in questions and negative sentences with both countable and uncountable nouns to refer to one or some of a thing or things, no matter how much or how many. In Turkish, actually, we use it in the same way. Biz de aynı şekilde kullanıyoruz. Let's look some sentences. Example with countable noun. Do you have any friends? Do you have any friends? Hiç arkadaşın var mı? In Turkish, we say hiç, and in English, we also say any. And any with uncountable noun, you don't have any money. You don't have any money. We can give a lot of examples actually by using any. Do you have any friends? Do you have any milk? Do you have any sugar? Or you don't have any money. You don't have any friends. You can use it with countable and uncountables. So hem sayılabilen hem sayılamayan isimlerle birlikte kullanabiliyorum. The next one is many, in Turkish çok. We use this with countable nouns to refer to a large but indefinite number or quantity. Büyük sayılarla, yani Türkçe'de çok derken kullanıyoruz ve sayılabilen isimlerle kullanıyoruz. Example, there are many books on the table. There are many books on the table. Masada çok fazla kitap var. Many means here çok, çok fazla. Or I have many friends at school. I have many friends at school. We use friend, which is countable, and we use book, which is countable as well. The next one is much. It also means çok in Turkish. However, there is a little difference between much and many. We use much with uncountable nouns to refer to a large but indefinite amount or quantity. That means it's the same meaning, aynı anlama geliyor, but we use with uncountable, sayılamayanlarda kullanıyoruz. There isn't much time left. There isn't much time left. Çok fazla zaman kalmadı. I don't have much sugar in the bottle. I don't have much sugar in the bottle. Time and sugar are uncountable nouns. So when we want to say çok in English, we don't use many, but we use much. The next one is a few. In Turkish, we say birkaç. We use this with countable nouns to indicate a small number or amount. We use it for small numbers. An example, there are a few people in the living room. There are a few people in the living room. Salonda birkaç, oturma odasında birkaç kişi var, insan var. We will buy a few books from the store. We will buy a few books from the store. And the next one is a little. It looks like a few, a little, like the same. A little means biraz because we use this with uncountable nouns. So they give the same meaning meaning to Turkish actually, and in English as well. A few, a little, biraz, birkaç. However, we have a little difference, as I said before. The first one, a few, is used with countable nouns. Nevertheless, the second one, a little, is used with uncountable nouns. And example, there is a little apricot juice in the jug. There is a little apricot juice in the jug because the juice, meyve suyu, is not countable. It is uncountable, so we use a little. A little noise bothers me. A little noise bothers me. Biraz ses beni rahatsız eder. So the the noise is also uncountable. That's why we use a little. And we have several. Several means birkaç, bir hayli, biraz in Turkish. We use this with actually countable nouns, and we want to indicate an unspecified but relatively small number or quantity. It's not too much like much or let's say many, but it's not less like a little or a few. It's like a mediocre. Hemen hemen ortada. Çok fazla da değil, çok az da değil. Bir hayli, biraz, birkaç anlamında kullanıyoruz. An example, she bought several novels at the store. She bought several novels at the store. Or he talked to several people to arrange this meeting. He talked to several people to arrange this meeting. And the eighth one is a lot of or lots of. We use this to say çok fazla in Turkish. It's used both countable and uncountable nouns to indicate a large or considerably quantity or number. A lot of and lots of are flexible quantities as we can use it with both countable and uncountable nouns. So that's why you can use it however you want to use. And let's look at the examples. The first one is with the countable noun. There are a lot of cars on the parking lot. There are a lot of cars. Car is countable because we can say one car, two cars, three cars, and we use a lot of, but we can also use lots of. Lots of. They don't have any difference. You can use both of them. We have lots of problems here. Problem, one problem, two problems. So you can make sentences and it's countable noun, not uncountable. Example with uncountable noun, I have lots of time. Time is uncountable, as you know. That's why we cannot say a time or two times. We can say actually, but in another context. I will talk about this later. She doesn't spend a lot of money. She doesn't spend a lot of money. Money can be considered as countable, but it's actually not because we cannot say one money or two monies. We count money to tell its value, like 10 Turkish liras or $1, but it's not the quantity of the money. We don't say 10 money. because it can be $100 and then maybe like $5. That's why we consider money as uncountable noun. And the other one is every, means her biri, her şey. We use every for different things. We use this with countable nouns to refer to all the individual members of a group without exception. Ayırmaksızın, farklı bir şekilde düşünmeksizin bir grubun tüm üyelerini, her birini anlatırken kullanıyoruz. Every student in the class passed the exam. Every student in the class passed the exam. Her öğrenci sınıftaki sınavı geçti. Student is countable because one student, two students, we can say this, and we use every. We want to see every part of the building. We want to see every part of the building. Here we use part, which means a bölüm in Turkish. We can say one part or two parts, actually. So we can use every with part in the sentence.